What's up? I should have this pointed over here. The poor little Max Micron. Who's gonna go away? Gonna sell the Max Micron. Gonna do it. Got to go away. What's the matter? Waiting to see if the feed goes to stream when you do, or if I have to exit and come back. Oh, sometimes it goes to an ad. But that's why I do the live in 5. For one, it lets people know I'm live, and it sends out the email and blah, blah, blah. And also, if it plays the ad, you have that few minutes. Because I'm actually live. When it's sitting there saying live in 5, it's actually live already. I just don't put my ugly mug in there. So it's already live when you see that live in 5 thing. I just do that for multiple reasons to just make life easier and lets people, play the ads and not have to deal with coming in the middle of a conversation, which I really, really hate. So yeah, the poor little Max Micron's going to go away. I've been looking at it. I fixed it last night. It was having a X motor issue. I put like 4 different motors on it. And finally I said, no, there's something fudgy about that. And so I took another motor that was a pre-wired motor and just slapped it on there and instantly worked. So it had to have been the wire, which, surprise, surprise, I made. So that explains that. I made the wire, so that's probably why the wire failed. Poop cocky. I forgot that was even there. I got so much junk. Well, I'm trying to clean out the Max Micron. I'm trying to clean out everything else at the same time. I just need to get rid of stuff. I'm tired of the cluster. The cluster. Yeah, I know. That's the other reason why I just leave it going. Having that 5-minute that live in 5 thing, even though I'm actually live, seems to help a lot. For one, it gives me time to have coffee, and look around and look in the camera and go, oh my God, I don't want that showing. That showing right there. There it is. That or that I should have cleaned up. It's an old nasty towel sitting on the step stool drying. Should have gotten rid of it. Anyway, I'm over it. I am over it. It is freaking cold here, which I actually like. It's not really cold. Some people would consider it cold. It is 65 degrees out, and at 9:30 in the morning. Yesterday, it was 65 degrees also. The day before, it was almost 80. And it's only 68 in here with the printer running. And the big printer is in the other room because I ran a 24-hour print, 20-hour print, that failed miserably. It was supposed to be awesome. And it actually didn't fail. I just ran out of filament because I made it way too thick. It's supposed to be my little self-watering planter thing. And it's got my logo on it. Not that you can see it. There it is. Now you can see it. It's got my logo on it. Isn't that cute? And it's huge. It's absolutely huge. You can put a real planted plant in it. And it's supposed to be awesome. And this piece failed because the filament ran out. And then I put the purple in there, and it just didn't hold. And the purple ran out. And I tried to put the yellow back on. Long story. So I'm out of PETG. I have none left, which this is all PETG. This is almost a whole roll right here. This thing is freaking solid. It's solid. There's no infill anywhere. Actually, I shouldn't say that. There is infill on the bottom. I didn't do any bottom layers. I did an infill on the bottom to save filament. But it's kind of cool. I think it's prettier than, I don't know, it's not prettier, I guess. It's just different. Simple and yet different. So I got to print the inner part again. Actually, I think I'm going to just print it out of PLA from here down. It's not going outside. And I'll just glue it on there. I'll find a way. I got to redesign it because part of the problem was that I put supports in here to hold the bottom. And if I redesign it with some groovy on a Sunday afternoon, if I put some grooving in it or some like diagonals, I can make it so it doesn't need any supports, which that's what chewed up all my filament. The supports were almost as much as the actual print. So we're fixing the Max Micron up for sale. I'm putting the old screen back on it, the original one, because I don't want to lose the LDO one. The LDO one's really, really nice. This is the absolute original screen that came on this printer. Pretty sad. It's one of the few parts that's still on it. I was looking at it. There's like very little left on this thing that's original. The feet are original. Not that you can see them. Well, you can sort of see it. The actual mounts that hold the power supply, those are the original. The aluminum base frame is all original. That's pretty much it. The couplers are original. Motors aren't. This motor is. This is actually an original motor. So is the extruder motor. The X motor and the Y and the extruder motor are the original motors. And to be honest, I think I'm pretty sure the LMUs are original. The LMU 8s for the Z are original. They've been repacked and re-greased a couple of times, but lead screws have been replaced. Motors have been replaced for Z and just now for X. The original X motor, or Y, the Y motor was original. Pretty much everything else has been replaced. These stupid little stops are original. They're freaking, I want to say Lexan, not Lexan. Little caps that hold the Z rod from popping up. Yeah, what did the frames all used to be making out of back then? The ANETs. I'm going to say Lexan. It's not Lexan. Whatever. Acrylic. That's what it was. It was acrylics. Acrylics. So what are you guys all doing on this Sunday morning? I think someone's supposed to be streaming or doing something this morning, and there's something scheduled. I didn't even look. I just popped on and figured I'd do this for an hour. But yeah, I got to put the old original screen back on, and this is actually still a nice screen. I just really like that black one, and it's not going with it. I'm on Facebook too, but the chat should be. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. I use YouTube chat, not StreamYard's chat. No, I'm not streaming on Facebook. I'm streaming here in Twitch. I always do Twitch too. I don't know why. I really would like to get the Twitch going. The more I don't love the interface, but the more I'm using it, the more I'm beginning to like it a little more and more and more. What's up, Danny boy? Anybody want to jump in? Hang out? Copy. Is it going to let me paste it this time? Sometimes it doesn't let me paste it. Where I'm not. Because I'm in chat, I'm 3D printing llama, and the stream is llama live. You're pretty much the only one that's been here other than Dave. Dave said good afternoon before that. Other than that, no one's even said anything. There's no one here. There's only 6 people here. One of them's me. I just started it, 10 minutes ago? How long have I been streaming? Where's the stream time? 11 minutes. Hop on in. Come hang out. Come on, old curmudgeon. I know you can stream. I've seen you do it before. Yeah, Chet's is quiet. No one's here yet. I mean, it's still early. It's early in the morning. I mean, it's only 9:30 here. A lot of the people that hang out are, it's only 8:30 or even 7:30 or even 6:30 on the West Coast. I don't care about the lakes too much, but sure, if you want to like it. Hop in, Danny boy. What is that noise? Is that just the reel reeling or something catching? I think that's just the reel reeling. I got it printing real slow. Why does that not look right? It looks too big. I'll find out. It's only filament. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. It's breezy out and kind of cool and not very sunny. It's like a hazy, cloudy kind of. It's the ultimate fall day. Oh, my little freaking squashes are starting to squash out big time. The pumpkin is printing really, really well. It's probably my best printer now. So here's the plan. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think I'm going to sell this. I know I'm going to sell this. I don't use it anymore. I'm going to sell some tools that I got laying around that I haven't used. I got like 3 or 4 jigsaws and scroll saws that I just don't use. 2 of them or one of them is Dad's. 2 of them were my old work ones that just, why keep them around? I'm not using them. I got 3 drill presses I need to get rid of. I think I'm going to keep one of them. 76 is hot. I actually like this weather. It's just, we've gone extremes. Anyway, I plan on selling everything and either buying it. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think I'm going to buy an Ender 3 or an Ender 5. More because I want to play with it, not because I want that printer. I want to play with them. Because there's things I see that I know I could do to an Ender 3 especially that I can make a whole lot better than anyone else is doing. And they are 24 volts, so they're good parts. And you can easily make them quiet, which is the first thing I'll do is put a quiet board on it. Even with the quiet board in this thing, it's just not quiet anymore. And I don't know why. It never was quiet, even with the 2208s in it, because it's got a SKR 1.3 in there with 2208s. And that's got, you probably can't even hear. I don't know if you can even hear this running. And that's got an MKS with 2208s. Basically the same thing. It's just 12 volts to 24 volt. And that's way quieter than this. Way quieter. Everything's set. I mean, I literally copied. I did this first, then I did that. And I literally copied the settings off of this to that, downsized it, switched the processor over to the MKS 8-bit. And other than that, it's the same settings. All the settings are the same. Just, the size and everything. And that's way quieter. I don't know why. I got a Core XY. To be honest, I'm kind of disillusioned by the Core XY. The more I've played with it, the more I see that it's not a big advantage. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. I like it. But there's so much that can go wrong with a Core XY that they're not that great. I mean, if you're gonna get a rail core or the tool changer or something like that, sure. But there's just so many nitpicky things, and everyone's like, "Oh, the belt length doesn't matter." that's minor. But I actually think the next one I'm going to do, if I build a box one, if I build one from scratch, I'm going to do the cross one like the Raise 3D and Ultimaker does. I think that's actually better than Core XY in a couple ways. There's a couple of things that it can be worse on too, because it's biggest problem with Core XY isn't the length of the belt. It's because the belt's so long, you have so many pulleys and stuff. Here's my big find with Core XY. If even one pulley out of all of those, one idler bearing out of all of those, is just slightly out of round or not centered correctly, so it wobbles even the slightest bit, it throws everything out. Big time. Which is not good. And I mean, it just normal wear can do it. And it's nearly impossible to diagnose. I found it just by luck. I mean, don't get me wrong, Core XY is awesome. I still think it's awesome. I will not get rid of my Core XY, although I might modify it again because I've got some new ideas for it. But I definitely think I'm going to go to there's a name for it, I can't remember it, but the cross one where, you have a motor for X and a motor for Y, and it's not the belt, it's a whole, not a big long belt doing everything, diagonals and all that. It moves them this way, which I see some disadvantages to it, but I see some major advantages to it. Yeah, sort of. Just Core XY is a gimmick. I mean, it's not. It works and everything, but it's the latest, greatest. Everyone's leaning toward it. It's cool, but to be honest, the Ender 5s, or the more people get them, the more they're loving them, and that's not a Core XY. That's just a box frame. I will definitely get a box frame if I build one. I would get the Ender 3 just for doing videos and modifying, and it's popular. And I know there's a couple things that I would like to try on it that I know can improve it, and blah blah blah. The disadvantage of the Ender 5s is the big, super long Bowden tube. I'm not big on Bowden. I'm very anti-Bowden, to be honest with you. If you can keep it short, the Ender 3 is not too long. The Ender 5 is too long, especially if you get into the Ender 5 Pro. That needs to be a direct drive. Anything over 300 or 400 millimeters for a Bowden tube is just too long. There's too much play. Outside, filling the feeders. Good for you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any one perfect setup, and it all depends on what you want to do with it. I'm leaning away more and more and more away from the Core XYs. Not that they're bad, because there's nothing wrong with Core XY. It's just, it's harder to diagnose issues. With the Core XY. And it's easier to get issues. When it's running and it's running well, it's really good. But I'm a big believer in direct drive. I don't want a Bowden. So the Core XY kind of loses some of its bonus by, I got a Humera on mine, which slows it way down. I think I actually have to print slower with it than I do on this, because of the big long belts and all the problems and the pulleys and the mounts, and because all that stuff moves. There's so many connections that one thing moving throws the whole thing out. And it's not like you just get a little wave where it's a diagonally pulling unit. If you're doing a straight line across and you got a pulley that's going, you're going to get You don't just get a little mark, you get a big wave in it. Or you get ribbing, which, to be honest with you, yeah, Chris Riley was talking about he's got in his rail core, he's got a ridge in it that's consistent. I bet you if he went and replaced all those the idler wheels or the pulley and checked them all, I bet you he's got one out of round or offset. That almost always does it. The more I've played with it, the more I found Clark's why you cannot use cheap. Not that you can't. I mean, you can. You're just going to get crap in your prints from using the cheap pulleys and idlers. Which mine's full of the cheap because I built it all off of like Amazon. And when I first built it, most of that stuff came from Amazon and like Bang Good and Gear Best and those kind of places. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to get rid of this. I love this printer. Just I've pretty much done everything I can to it. I think that's it. I mean, it prints fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It prints absolutely beautifully. Somebody here? I've seen lights come in the window like reflecting. It's not. Yeah, I got a long sleeve shirt on, long pants on. It's amazing. It's cool out. Yeah. I don't know. Something different. The Enders are all really popular. They're fairly cheap. I like playing. Obviously, all my printers, I've modified the crap out of them. That's half the fun of it to me. It's not just printing. It's changing it, modifying, improving it. You know, once it's printing good, I got to fix it again. So, yeah, I got to actually clean this thing, which is what I was actually going to do here. It needs some, sometimes this overly rolly is overly rolly. It's like dusty. It hasn't really been run. I keep running it and going, oh, it's a great printer. You know, print's beautiful. And it does. And then it doesn't get run because it's loud. But it's really dusty. I'm covered in yuckies. Then we got to make it look all pretty so someone can come on. Because I think I'm just going to put it on Facebook Marketplace or whatever it is. I've actually had good luck selling stuff on there. I would put it online, but shipping this is just not worth it. Not worth the hassle. Not worth the cost. To ship. It's been a very good printer all in all, though. Considering it's basically, I mean, it's not my first printer, but it's my first real printer. Yeah, he has a base belt. I'm not saying you can't do it with Corex Y. It's just there's so much that can go wrong. And a lot of it you won't know about. I'll tell you, I learned a lot designing my own Corex Y. I kind of took that on like an idiot. It was not my smartest maneuver in the world. But just like this, and just like my first printer, like if you didn't already know, was the M3D Micro, that piece of crap. And the one good thing I can say about that M3D Micro is it taught me a lot about what not to do. It didn't make me give up, at least. I did not give up on 3D printing. I know a lot of people that got M3D micros did, because it was such a piece of junk. And it's really disheartening to use. Yeah, this thing's been all upgraded, 24-bit. It's got the Big Tree Tech in here. I'm pretty sure is that Meanswell? I put an actual Meanswell on here. I think I did. I think this is the only Meanswell I've actually bought. Oh, look, there's a nut in here. Let's get that little nut out of there. I don't know what that's to, but sure. I'm missing a nut. That's the other thing I do. All of my printers now, when I bolt them together, if it'll fit, I'll use a lock nut over a standard nut. I've discovered that is a much improved, better option. Dusting. It's very, very dusty. Really all I'm doing is dusting the thing because I don't really use it all that much anymore. I think I've done like 10 prints on it in the last year. It is a nice printer, though. It prints really well. I liked it. Yeah, most of my printers, I don't print above 50 or 60 millimeters a second. I just don't see the point. I'm more about getting a decent print. I mean, I don't need it perfect, but then they start getting stupid loud, even with the quiet ones, because when you start moving that fast, the motors still make noise. And I've often found the more you kick up the speed, it really doesn't kick up. It says, oh, it's going this fast, and it's really not, because it can't accelerate that much. Not that all do, but I found most of these, particularly the bed slingers, will limit out at actual speed is about 60 millimeters a second before it starts losing something somewhere. Piece of gunks. We don't like gunks. Your pieces in the trails or in the rails or in the racks. Mm-hmm. Yep. got a happy little smiley face. Oh, you can't. Well, you can sort of see it on the fan. I drew a smiley face on the fan because it's a happy little printer. Been hanging out with Bob Ross. Happy little printer. That tight? Yep, sure is. Piece of gunkies. What is it? What is it? Piece of filament. A filament stringage. Clean her all up. Clean it up. Clean it up. You know, I found Windex works better as a freaking bed cleaner. And this isn't Windex. This is cheap. Whatever. Brand window cleaner. I still use rubbing alcohol before I print on it. But if I'm actually cleaning it, getting crap off, I find the... I wouldn't do it on PEI, but on this stuff, on the TH3D stuff, the Windex works better, I think. But then I still hit it with rubbing alcohol before I actually print on it. And yes, the flex plate with the TH3D build plate will be going with it. Because why not? I think that's about it for that. She's all dusty. Everything worked because I was running it this morning, just running around. I don't have any filament in it. And I took the pie off of it. They're not getting my pie unless they want to pay for it. So what do you guys think it's worth? In some ways it's better than an Ender 3, but it is old and loud. An Ender 3 is loud. And it's smaller. It's only, well, it's actually 200 cubed, but it's really not. It'll only do like 170 in height. It'll actually, again, it'll do like 180, but I don't let it bottom out. And I do 190 XY and 170, 175 height because I don't like it whacking. I know everyone like homes them, levels the thing by bringing it all the way up. That's stupid. These are plastic. They are not accurate. Same with the Prusias. You bolt those two plastic freaking stoppers on there, and they're plastic. They bring it up to level of X gantry, and one of those could be off. Bring it down. Use a tool like this thing to set your leveling of the X gantry. Don't smash it up into the freaking upper supports. Just made no sense. It never makes any sense to me. Is this the LDO one or the original one? That's the original one. That's the one going back on there. And of course, I put the LDO on there, and I threw out the cover plate for that because I don't keep crap. So now I have to print a new one, which is all right because the original one was black and this is red, so it's getting a nice, pretty red one. I hope I did it right. I hope I grabbed the right file. I have no idea if I did or not. I actually designed a better one. The original one that came with it, you actually had to mount it to the frame because the screws were mounted inside the cover, the bezel. then screw it to it. I want to be able to screw this to the bezel and then screw the bezel down to the frame. So I modified the mount. What is up, Mr. Buttram? How is life? MrButtrion.com. Is this a means well? I'm pretty sure this is a means well. Did I buy an actual means well for this particular printer? Pretty sure I did. Yes, it is. MW. So it is a true 24 volt mean well power supply. And the button, and the button. Kind of like my button better. I should print a new cover with the 3D printing llama case on it. Yeah, always home at 000. Yeah. Yep. 000. And actually, that's another thing I do. My home is on this frame. On all of mine, I always have the nozzle slightly off the bed. So my home is -5, -5, and 0.14. Figure that one out. I will be doing a video on that, I think, soon. Because that's a little different than most people do, but it makes sense because basically I home the nozzle just off the corner so you can feed plastic and not have it just fall on the bed. It just drops down into the hole. I keep hearing crap. It's Sunday. They're not supposed to be working anymore. It's supposed to be working. I have a feeling he's working on the dam. There used to be a massive pond out back, and every like 5 years we'd get a flood, and the dam over here at my neighbor's house would break out. And it would flood all the road and everything down below. So the last time, God, 15, 20 years ago, I guess it happened. Army Corps of Engineers said, nope, can't put it back. We're tired of the state sued and said you can't put the dam back. You have to re-engineer it and blah, 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 so it'll stay. Because we're tired of, cleaning up the mess of it, breaking and flooding the lower areas. And I guess last year he had an engineer come in and re-engineer the whole dam and reset it and do all kinds of fancy stuff. So he's been working about a month now of digging it out and reforming it. What is up? Never let the machines win. How is life in Canada? Canada. 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 Yeah, I like that. Canadian. So how's this thing going? It's looking pretty darn good. Pretty good, I say. Pretty good. Mike. Wet. Is it wet? Are you getting rained on? We're in a drought still. We got a lot of rain in the last couple of weeks. I mean, a lot of rain in the last couple of weeks. We're still in a mild drought here. We're still 6 or 8 inches under normal, if not more. We had almost no rain this spring and most of the summer. And what rain we did get, we didn't get nice, the nice drizzly day of, rain. It was 2 hours of major downpour and it all just runs off. But yeah, we need rain. We need the rain. We need some rain here. Rain. I don't mind rain. It was absolutely gorgeous yesterday. I wanted to go out and work in the yard. My knee's been bothering me so much I didn't want to go out and do nothing. So I hung out. What's going on Twitter? Anything? None. Same old. Tanner, man. Tanner's doing his final move, I think, this week. Moving the last of his stuff. Bun King at 4. What is up, Joe? We need some people in here. Making breakfast. It's almost lunchtime. It is Sunday. It's brunch time. I haven't even eaten breakfast this morning. I really don't eat breakfast often. Maybe one day a week. I was going to have breakfast this morning. I just didn't feel like I ate too much yesterday. I was kind of nibbling all day long, and then I made mac and cheese, homemade baked mac and cheese. Oh. And I got all done with dinner, and I was pretty much full, and there was like a half a bowl left, and I didn't want to refrigerate it, so I just ate it. It's just not the brightest thing I ever did. Didn't really need it, but I did it because I'm a dumbass. And it tasted yummy. It was really good. Macaroni and cheese, homemade, baked in the oven with breadcrumbs on top for that crispy, crunchy skin. Yum! Also, I didn't this time, but I often dice up onion real small and throw it in with the noodles when I boil the noodles. Gives that little extra yum. And it's better for you. It's not just pasta and cheese. What else do I gotta do to this thing? I guess I gotta just put the screen back on it, fire it up, and take some pictures of it and put it for sale in the marketplace. See if anyone wants to come get it. Because I'm not shipping it. It's a come pick it up or forget it. Yeah, it's been a while, Joe. Don't see you around much anymore. You need to come hang out. Come hang out with us bunch of lunatics. I might take the AC out. I'm going to have to look what the next couple of weeks of weather is going to be like. I could probably pull that out. I think we're only going to have one more hot day. We're mid-September? We're about done with air conditioning here. We usually get a 3 really hot days right in the first week of November for some reason, but I can live that without an AC. That's what fans are for. We're getting down into the upper 40s, well, mid-50s, upper 40s at night on occasion. So that generally means no more AC needed. Although the minute I take it out, frickin' some Floridian weather pattern will blow up here and it'll be frickin' humid as crap and I'll want it. It's not even heat. I run it more for humidity. That's actually a dehumidifier / air conditioner. It has a built-in dehumidifier. I mean, all air conditioners really do, but it has a dehumidifier setting where it worries less about the temperature and more about the moisture content. The only bad part about this air conditioner having that is it runs all the time, every 5 minutes. And it's not that it's running, but the fans kick on, draw air through it so all the sensors can sense, and then shuts off every 5 minutes, if not less. It might be less. It might be every 3 minutes. I don't know. It's constant. Then it runs for like a minute, 30 seconds to a minute, and then shuts off. And if it senses it needs to run, it'll kick on and either dehumidifier or air conditioner or both. or it'll just wait another 3 minutes and then the fan kicks on again. It's kind of annoying, but it works pretty well. I like that air conditioner generally. It works pretty well. I've actually been thinking about closing off the hallway here with like a big tarp, real heavy duty tarp, and putting it in the other room because it's big enough to do it. It's oversized for this room. I put it in the other room, put a fan in here to pull the air from there to here. That way I don't have to hear it. It can be in the other room running. That little room over there is only 9 by 10. It's a tiny, tiny little bedroom. Can't believe me and my brother used to live in that room with bunk beds when I was a little kid. That was my bedroom with my brother. It's literally like 9 by 10. It's tiny, tiny. I look at it now and I'm like, holy crap, my Bowflex doesn't even fit in here. It literally doesn't fit in there. You can't use it. It's too small. I have it in there. We're going to try and use it. Don't think I can. We got some cabinets and stuff I can pull out and try it, but it's going to be close. Then when the bows go out, it ends up being like 7 or 8 feet long, wide. And then the length of it's 9 foot when it's used. You know, once it's unfolded and you're using like the leg lifts, which is what I want it for. It has to be 9 feet. 7 feet. 9 feet. I don't know. 8 feet. Somewhere in there. It barely fits. Like when you go to use it, you're like rubbing the wall with your feet. Sort of. I haven't decided yet. I need some money. And I'm not using it. And I've been thinking about buying something else. I've actually been thinking about just getting like an Ender 3 or an Ender 5. I was saying in the beginning of the stream, just to play with, not to print. I actually use the Bowflex a lot and not before Bowflex. The leg lifts, when I have leg problems, I've always had leg problems because I've had my legs shattered too many times. I love the Bowflex for doing the leg exercises. Because I'll actually sit with like an iPad in my hand and do the exercise with the legs. And just like read a book, you know, because I have the Kindle on my iPad. And I'll read a book and just sit there and use the leg exercises. I used to use the Bowflex a lot. I used to sit right here. And then I took it out of here because 3D printing took over. 3D printing took over my room. I used to have the bed, instead of the bed this way, it used to be flat against the wall. The TV used to be over here, in between the two closets, because this closet never got used, so it basically blocked this closet. And then the Bowflex was right there, next to the TV, where I could spin it and unset it, and it would come out basically right where I'm sitting now. It was actually nice because I could stare out these two big windows, sitting on it and exercise, do the leg lifts and stuff. That's what I mostly used it for, was leg exercises and the rowing machine. Yeah, I need to do any exercise now. I just need to exercise, which is why me and my brothers have been pushing to clean that room out. My mother had that room full of crap. What is up, RC? Yeah, I need to get it set up and just start using it again, just for movement. I actually use it a lot. I used to use it a lot. And I don't do it like to put massive amounts of weight and try it. I do it for the repetitive, like, you know, joint exercise to keep my joints moving and stuff. It's not how much I can lift with the boat when I use the Bowflex. It's putting weight on it and doing some exercise, repeating, you know, doing the repetitive, motion-y stuff. Basically, more physical therapy than exercise, if that makes sense. Yep, that's what I use it for. Anybody want to hop in here, please? I need people. Somebody hop in so we can listen to someone else babble besides me. Because the Max Micron is pretty much ready to go. I just got to get the screen back on there and take a couple snapshots of it. And I think I'm going to put it on Facebook Marketplace because pretty much everything I've gotten rid of out of Facebook Marketplace. It seems to be a good place to sell locally. Let's see what's on Facebook Marketplace for 3D printers right now, just for giggles. Facebook. Not a big fan of Facebook. I'm on it all the time because I got all my stupid little forums and stuff. What's going on Facebook? What's in the notifications? Posted on Fusion 360. Yeah. Mark all red. Let's go to the marketplace. 6-minute abs, not 7-minute abs. Start shipping. I don't want to ship. Search marketplace. 3D printer. Robo, $275. $250. 3D printer filament. What? Bought this for my daughter. She used it a handful of times. Paid $359 for the printer and filament. Film was $20 each. Oh, so it's the printer and the filament. Oh, I see. It's a monopress maker. So that's not terrible if you get the filament. I mean, it's more than I would pay for a monoprice maker. CR10S wood filament in Groton. Wow, look at all this filament. Bunch of ESUN, some inland crap. Bought the XTC crap. What the hell is that thing? Doesn't look like they ever finished it. ABS. An open roll of TPU. An open roll of ATG. $350. Jesus. An M3D Micro. Oh, the 3D Printing Belgium is doing the Anycubic. $5 3D printing service. I don't know if I want your service from the looks of it. You're all wrapped in cellophane. That's what I should start doing, is designing and printing stuff. $150 for a micro. CR10S with Raspberry Pi, $500. $180 for a freaking Ender 3. Never open. Brand new printer. I can buy it for $1 cheaper, brand new, and get a warranty and everything. That you can really warranty it. Is that a real Prusa or is that a make-believe Prusa? That looks like a make-believe Prusa because it doesn't say Prusa up here. And all real Prusas say Prusa right here. So this is a make-believe Prusa. Even though he's trying to sell it as a real one. Yeah, that's not a real Prusa. That's one of those knocky off ones. Wow. Wow, a big box. That I'd like to get just for the nostalgia of it. No, I will not buy the micro. I had one. That was my first 3D printer. I will never buy one of those again. I won't buy anything from them. Are they even still in existence? I know they started doing their fancy crap. What the hell's a vending machine got to do with anything? A Da Vinci Jr. So what do you think this thing's worth? I'm betting I can get $250 for it easily. That's not something I'd be picturing there. What the hell is that thing? That looks like a monstrosity. What the hell is that? That's like a CR10, I'm guessing. I'm getting $150 from Mini Select. I think you can buy them brand new for $100 still. Well, refurbed. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, I know. I like this one where they show it all wrapped in cellophane too. It's kind of funny. Tivo Michelangelo. Yeah. No. Fusion 3. That would be nice, but I'm not good. Paying $2,000 for it. $150 just for an enclosure? I don't think so. $200 for an Ender 3 Pro plus 3 rolls of PLA? Yeah, no. Not used. Holy crap. What the hell is this? $123,000. Early model Mendel. Board is blown. $50 sold. Folger Tech Prusa i3. Each with their own issues. Sold to printer bots. Yeah. So, anyways, buy them all. I would if I could afford it. I like buying the crap and fixing it, or getting the crap and fixing it. But anyway, I think I'm going to go over and watch the 3D printing Belgium. So I'm going to kill it now. It's been almost an hour. It's been almost exactly an hour. I'll let it go the extra 15 seconds. So it'll be exactly an hour. Yeah, it's always fun to look. For one, they always put them way overpriced for what they're really worth because people are stupid and they'll buy them. So I think I can get $200 for that easily. I mean, I should actually get way more, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to bail and go watch the 3D printing Belgium unwrap his whatever he's got. So actually, I should post a link to it, huh? So you can all go over there. Not that you guys don't all know them anyways, probably. Why is it not showing up here? I just got a notification for it, and yet now it's not showing up. Video is unavailable. He killed it. Okay, maybe I'm not going over there. It looks like he killed it. I don't know why. He swallowed a fly. I guess he'll die. So anyway, how much longer on that print? Probably a little while. It says an hour and 53 minutes. I got to print really slow so it's nice and clean. But yeah, I think I'm going to kill it anyways. It's been an hour. So I'm out. See yous.